Hey guys, Iceman here, and this is my cute little monk in Diablo 3. Don't talk shit, man. I know that most of us can agree Diablo 3 has a hell of a lot of flaws, and it doesn't compare to Diablo 2. But nonetheless, I wanted to try something different. So I've been leveling up my monk some, and I got her to 70 on her own, and then some guy joins a random game where myself and a few other low-levels are playing, and he offers to G-rush us a little bit. So he made like some Greater Rift level 60, I think, and he got us up to like 200 Paragon. So here I am, 252 right now. And I have some interesting stuff, like this Maximus. I remember this thing from back in the day, man. It's an ancient item as well. So pretty cool damage here. A little bit of Inna set, as well as this Sunwuku set, or however you say. But yeah, pretty shit gear for now. But nonetheless, man, it's been kind of a good time, okay? More Diablo 2 videos to come, but it's been a good time. And other than that, man, there has been some Diablo news. I'm sure that some of you guys have heard about it. How they're working on comics right now. Diablo comics that I believe are to be released in fall of this year, man. And the last time they were advertising their comics like this was around, like I think it was like a year before Diablo 3 came out. The last time it had this sort of this size of an advertisement campaign, you know what I mean, or some shit like that. So it seems like it could be likely that there's a big thing coming up for Diablo, along with the news where they're hiring for some job positions for a new Diablo project. Yeah, so of course some folks are debating whether or not it's going to be a Diablo 2 remaster or Diablo 4. So I guess we'll see. But here's one freaking gripe I have with Diablo 3, man. Look at this. Well, for one, it's really exaggerated, you know? Like, the physics and shit are really exaggerated. Like, you can see how bodies just go flying and you kind of run in an anti-gravity sort of way. And the art direction is really surreal, you know? It's not like more grained in reality, like how Diablo 1 and Diablo 2 were. Diablo 1 perhaps more so. So I would hope that with the new Diablo 4 game, they would take it more in that sort of direction when it comes to the atmosphere and the physics of things. You know what I mean? Don't have characters wielding these humongous frickin' objects, like the axe being twice the size they are. This isn't too exaggerated here with this Maximus sword, but sometimes with like the Crusader and the Barbarian, just the shit is just protruding out of them, man, and it just doesn't look natural. You know what I mean? But perhaps more importantly, and this is kind of the point of the video of what I'm going to bitch about. And I'm not going to bitch about it much. I'm just going to say I would hope it goes the other direction this time around. You see how there's like so many colors and shit, and like when I'm casting the skills, that sometimes it gets hard to tell what the hell is even going on screen. There's just so much shit going on once, man. And there's all these vibrant colors all over the screen. So it somewhat takes away from the rewarding factor of being able to decipher what your skills do on an individual basis. Like in Diablo 2, it was a hell of a lot easier to decipher that. And even more so with Diablo 1. Like you would shoot your frozen orb, you could watch it go and watch the damage that it does. But here you have like 5 skills going on at once, and you're just pounding these little hotkeys, and just shit's, you know, getting hurt around you, and in some cases dying around you, or you're dying, but nonetheless, it's just hard to freaking see what's going on here, man. It's like a freaking fireworks show, you know, and it doesn't have to be a fireworks show. You know, they should tone it down quite a bit. You know, make it be more realistic. You don't have to have all these fantastical elements filling the fucking screen, man. It's going to give us a seizure, you know what I mean? It's going to give us a freaking epileptic freaking crash, man. It's going to fuck us up big time. So why does this have to be the case with Diablo, the game that we play in some cases like 10 hours straight, you know? Like fireworks are cool for a minute, but we don't want them to be splashing in our fucking face the entire time we're playing. I mean, have you guys played this game to a severity in the past and then tried to go sleepies right after? It's a bitch, man. It's hard to go sleepies after you play the game because you just have those fucking colors and shit running through your head. You know, you gotta like sit back for like an hour without playing the game if you don't want to have to deal with that, man. And I'm just, Yeah, it's like I speculate, do they want to keep us awake, man? Do they want to fuck us up? Like, don't do that next time. You don't have to do that to make a successful game. And there's plenty of other pointers and things to be talked over in regards to why Diablo 3 probably fell the way it did, where there's a hell of a lot less of a fan base these days. And Diablo 2 in itself seems to be doing better than Diablo 3, even though it's 20 years old. There seems to be more of a player base on Diablo 2 as of right now. But I'm not going to go on about that. Just this one gripe in this video. You know, how the fucking colors and fireworks and shit are just constantly splashing in your face, man. And it just gets too explosive all the time. To where it's kind of annoying. Right? Are you guys with me on this or what? Do you think it's a bit too exaggerated? There's a bit too much shit going on? Here, let me go to like the Weeping Hollow and we'll just see how the regular gameplay is. Yeah, if you start destroying the monsters, there's just all sorts of fucking skills all over the place. And this character isn't even very developed. But like when we're running a multiplayer game like the ones I was in earlier, there's just so much shit going on at once on the screen, man. It's overwhelming and to the point where you lose track of what your skills are doing on an individual basis and what are your pets doing. It's hard to decipher that when you have a couple players on the screen and you're all casting these freaking bombardic skills, you know what I mean? So I think it needs to be toned down some. And make the skills feel powerful, but don't make them so fucking overwhelming that we lose track of what is doing what. But, I mean, what do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments section below and like the damn video if you're with Iceman on his opinion on these matters. And stay tuned, more videos to come, more Diablo 2 videos, and more videos about what I think Diablo 4 needs to make it an amazing game. Support me on Patreon if you want. I appreciate my patrons. And subscribe to the page. Peace be with you.